Hello and welcome to Art Attack, the show that proves you don't need to be an expert to be a great artist. What's an art attack? Well, these are art attacks we're gonna have today. Take a look and don't be afraid to try them yourself. An art attack that has your feet screaming for attention. A giant art attack that takes us out onto the practice field. A technique that will bring even your craziest ideas to life. A creation that will give the perfect final touch to birthday parties. Not forgetting a helpful hint from Vincent Van Coconut on how to care for the environment. Do you like them? Aren't they funny looking? My Art Attack shoes are specially designed to suit me. I made them myself, and all I needed to make them with was a used plastic bottle, like this one. You may have to ask an adult to help you cut the bottle lengthwise and make a hole right here so that you can put your foot through. Now that you have the frame for your shoe, let's make it look good. Crush a whole bunch of newspaper into a ball to shape the front tip of the shoe, like this. Secure it with enough tape so that it stays in shape. Put the newspaper ball on the front part of the frame and stick it with lots of tape so it won't come off. Now shape a smaller and flatter piece with newspaper like this. Make sure you cover it with tape. Stick it to the back part of the shoe shape, which will then give you something like this. With more newspaper, twist two thin and long strips. Cover them with tape so they won't lose their shape. Then stick one to each side on the bottom. This will make the shoe a lot wider and give it a quirky, unusual shape and size. After that, cover it with thicker tape to secure everything in its place. This is what you should end up with at this point. Here's how the shoe looks now. You can make the newspaper ball in the front just like this size, or even bigger if you want. It's up to you. It all depends on how exaggerated you want the shape to be. The important thing is that you end up with an unusual looking shoe that's going to catch the attention of your friends. Cut pieces of newspaper and stick them with Art Attack paste, made with 1 part glue and 1 part water. Make sure that the whole surface is covered, because once this dries, it becomes the strong hard covering of the shoe. To work faster, you can use a broader paintbrush. Here's a tip. Try not to make very small shoes or shoes that are exactly your size. Make them a little bigger so you can use them over any type of shoe. And if your feet are still growing, bigger shoes will last you longer. Now, let's draw and paint. Draw in the details of the shoe. First, draw the line of the sole throughout the entire curved edge, like this. Then outline the opening where you'll put your foot through. the front part with its huge tip. Make all the finishing touches you want to make it look good. Paint blue for the bottom of the great tip. And around the opening here, use yellow. The sole of the shoe will be black. And the body of the shoe will be an eye-catching green. Finally, use red for the tip to make it look like a big clown nose. Once the paint is dry, you can make shadows with crayons to give texture to the surface of the shoe. Outline the details with black permanent marker to give it a complete finish. These are clown shoes, so once you put these on, you're going to have to strut around like how clowns do with their funny walk. Maybe a bit like this. What about some big monster feet? Huge, aren't they? To make the claws, use newspaper rolls, tape them, and cover them with Art Attack paste. With these feet, you're going to have to stomp around, fierce and strong, like a giganto monster. And if you're running late to get out of the house, how about some supersonic speedy shoes to help you along? Boom, boom, boom. To make this detail, you just have to draw the flames on a cardboard, cut it out, and stick it to the back part. It's easy. Create all kinds of shoes in your own personal design and dazzle your friends with heaps of fun. Try it yourself.
Vincent Van Coconut here, the island shoemaker. This is what we do to make shoes. Reuse a plastic bottle and have it cut lengthwise. Make a hole to put your foot through. Crush some newspaper and model the tip of the shoe, making a big ball to tape to the front. For the back, make a thicker strip, fold it and tape it too. Then, make thin strips and stick them to the bottom edges to make the shoe wider. Next, cover everything with pieces of newspaper and Art Attack paste. Leave it to dry and then draw in the details. Use acrylic paints of eye-catching colors so that your shoe will really grab attention. Remember, if you want to become a shoe designer, you just have to collect plastic bottles and newspapers. Both materials are ones you can reuse. So, you get to custom make your own pair of shoes while preserving our environment at the same time.
Our Art Attack artist Alex gets a lot of inspiration when he's outdoors. This time, he bumped into a group of rugby players. And at that moment, he also bumped into a great idea. Everything he saw on the practice field was used in his latest giant Art Attack, including the sponges. Take a guess what he used them for. lot of action going on in that huge picture. Were you able to see where he put the sponges? Take a look again. Alex takes heaps of the little sponges. He places them somewhere in the design. Of course, he's used them as the faces of the spectators, cheering in the stands. An interesting use of sponges, Alex. Real clever. Do you remember your dreams when you wake up in the morning? In a dream, everything and anything can happen, even if it seems impossible. The rain could fall upwards, or a fish could grow legs and walk. Here's a fun art attack. Let's make a crazy collage of pictures where nothing makes sense and there are no rules. Come make a dream with me while you're awake. Gather a few random pictures that's been cut out from magazines. Now assemble them together to make a composition of pictures. There is no plan, but here, let's start with the flowers. Do you notice that a glue stick is being used? This helps so that the paper doesn't get wrinkled while gluing them on, and the collage looks neater. It works even better if the pictures came in a mix of different sizes and colors. A tiny little penguin. Let's see. Place that above the yellow flower. Put this bicycle flying over. Let's put it here. Yes, it seems to fit there. The caterpillar will be the presenter. To decorate it, put a cowboy hat on it. A caterpillar from the Wild West. Yee-haw! And what about this window with a hand sticking out? Since it's a collage with no rules, put it in this direction. Are you having a good time with your collage? Did you notice that if you put together elements that are not related at all, a new meaning materializes from their odd pairing? Let's finish our collage. With a light blue crayon, give this area some depth, like this. A path with dotted lines would help to link the different elements together. On the window, use a shading of blue. And add some shading on the back of the caterpillar, as well as between the bicycle's tires. What is the result of this technique? You'll get a crazy world with no logic. A cowboy caterpillar riding a flying bicycle?
What?
A fish with arms balancing on your index finger? How's that gonna happen? Or perhaps a dog with human arms and the body of a tower dancing on walnuts. It's very strange, don't you think? It's different and very inventive. Make your own collage and let your imagination go wild, just like in dreams. Try it yourself.
Oh, I've just had a silly, unusual, and wonderful dream. Do you want to see it? I had tentacles and was planted on a floating table. And instead of leaves, I had hair. That's a new look for me. Take some time out and create your own collage.
There's so much more to discover and create with Art Attack. It's all waiting for you online at disneychannel-asia.com. You can share all your colorful works online too. You may be planning a party sometime soon. And at the end of your party, you might like your guests to leave with some party goodies to remember the occasion. Putting goodies in a paper bag is fine. But you can make it really special if you transform your paper bag to a design that's fit for the celebration. Give your bag a bit of personality. Grab hold of some art paper, markers and paint, and let's begin the transformation. Place the bag on a piece of colored art paper. With a pencil, outline the bag, using the size of the bag as reference. Here, we'll draw a lion. Make the lion's head. Then draw a great mane, like this. On yellow art paper, draw in the lion's muzzle and the 2 ears. Draw the nose that's only a circle on pink art paper. Finally, cut out all the parts. Here we have the cut shapes: the mane, 2 ears, the muzzle, and the nose. But these pieces are still not ready to be stuck onto the bag. Here's what's next. Add more color and detail to your cutouts with some colored crayons. Use white strokes to give the lion some curls in its mane. Draw the lion's mouth on the muzzle. A big lion smile. Then add some texture to enhance its finish. Do the same thing with the ears. Shade in some color to give it depth. To highlight the nose, we'll use a red crayon. Also add a bit of white. We're almost done. The king of the jungle is close to complete. Now all we have to do is assemble the parts to form its face. Arrange the pieces on the paper bag. The mane will go around it, and the muzzle will be at the bottom here, and the cute little pink nose just above it, and the 2 ears by its side. There, this wildcat is coming to life. Now glue all the parts to the bag as you've arranged them. Here's the last thing you need to do. Draw in the lion's eyes on the paper bag. Here, its eyes are closed to show off its long eyelashes. Like this. All cats have whiskers, even the wild ones. So, we'll give it some whiskers. Give its face a bit of color with a dark brown crayon. Color in some parts more than others to make it look like fur. Then outline the eyes with a black permanent marker. And finally, the whiskers. And the muzzle. So if your party had a jungle theme, you could design specific bags for each guest. Maybe you have a friend who's playful and cheeky. A paper bag with a monkey could be special. You can go fashionably black and white with a zebra paper bag. With simple colors, it can be just as effective. And look, a huge rhinoceros bag. This bag would be filled with twice as much party goodies. Now, who would you give this bag to? Enjoy creating your own special gift bags to suit the occasion. Have fun and try it yourself. And I'll see you again next time for more of Art Attack. Bye!